Hey, what's up, y'all? Back at y'all again. You know what? I ain't holler at y'all yesterday and stuff, man. I ain't holler at y'all yesterday and stuff. I was up in Jersey. I was getting a plate. I was getting a plate, and I'm still eating that plate. Had some chicken, potato salad, cake. Yeah, brother was feeling kind of right. Yeah. And I'm gonna address the ladies' channel about that whole plate thing. But anyway, man, y'all gotta stop worrying about Pookie and Ray Ray, man. Y'all really gotta stop worrying about Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what? It's interesting, right? Like on my Connect Pal site, right? Connect Pal, for those of y'all part of the Raw Brotherhood, right? Some people share some links and stuff. I'll check out the links, of course. And usually, video about whatever. But if I check the side videos and stuff, somehow Pookie and Ray Ray always comes the fuck up. And I'm like, damn, how many times we going to like talk about this? You know, how many times we want to deal with this? I'm like, dude. See, first of all, right? Some people will come up here and try to say, well, they messing up the black community and all of that. The main people complaining don't live in a black community. Or if you did, at any point your ass moved. So I'm like, wait a minute, so are you encountering a Pookie and Ray Ray on a consistent basis? And usually if you a so-called educated motherfucker and you encounter a Pookie or Ray Ray, it might just be some flunky on your motherfucking job. For the most part, Pookie and Ray Ray stay in their lane, right? They stay in their fucking lane. So how are you encountering them? And are you getting robbed by them? Seriously. Seriously, man. I'm like, damn, right? But we all know they don't got nothing to do with the community. That's just a smokescreen. Anybody try to act like the whole Pookie... Oh, come on, baby. Don't come too close to the motherfucking car. Yeah. Anyway. Shit, somebody driving reckless out in this motherfucker. But, y'all know they ain't really the case. That's a smoke screen talking about the community. Most of y'all don't live there, don't care. Married a white woman. So y'all know y'all don't care. Shit. Y'all know y'all don't give a fuck about the community. Y'all done divorced it or whatever, or if you deal with it, you deal with limited parts of it, right? We know that whole Pookie and Ray Ray thing has to do with sexual competition and the perception that these motherfuckers getting the best women. First of all, they not getting the best women. First of all, they not. Now, this is a story I told before, right? I told you I used to go to parties and all of that shit, even sponsored a couple, right? Look, 2 parties I went to. One was a pool party. One was a hotel party. The pool party... And I was invited there by this sister, right? But I had no idea who would actually be there. So I showed up. I was like, damn. Nothing but a bunch of Pookie and Ray Rays. But that didn't strike me. What struck me, man, I say 99% of the sisters there had bellies. Even if they were slim, they had bellies. They looked ghetto. They weren't any... Only woman that would fuck with was the one that invited me to show up. She had a flat stomach. She was fine. Rest of them, I wouldn't even deal with these women. And this was in the early 90s, so the equivalent today would be a bunch of women who are tatted up, got crazy, fucked up weaves on, cigarettes dangling out their damn mouths. And I'm like, why y'all tripping over what they actually getting? Now, some people say, well, they got the big booty Brenda. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they'll get a fat, there'll be a fine woman they'll get. Some of them. Most Pookie and Ray Rays are actually non-select. Most of them. Seriously. And I'll tell you which ones who are select in a second, because I'm going to tell you who's really the select in the black community if you want to stereotype them. But most of these guys are non-select. Most of the women, first of all, I'd be embarrassed to even be concerned about the women they get. And I already told you, they not really running shit. A few weeks ago, I was in, let me get ready to get out of this motherfucker. A few weeks ago, I was in D.C. to film the Gang Kings documentary with Mr. Lucario. Shout out Mr. Lucario, right? And I took the scenic route out. What I mean by scenic route, I ain't take a regular way. I went through like what used to be like some bad neighborhoods. Notice I said used to be. These used to be some places, if your ass wasn't a member of that neighborhood, you were going to get challenged. You pretty much needed a pass to walk through there or to know somebody. Or as this drug dealer told me one time, he would walk through neighborhoods just so to get used to his face. That type of place. Man, I was driving through these old, formerly bad neighborhoods, former havens for Pookie and Ray Ray. Man, they had like Starbucks, like yoga studios, had white girls out in their little leggings walking dogs. These motherfucking areas got gentrified. So, and I've said this in an article on the Negro Manosphere. How the fuck Pookie and Ray Ray really running the community or doing anything when all that needs is like some greedy real estate developer, some politicians, and some well-armed cops to clear the motherfuckers out. So they ain't running anything on that level. And then even with the woman thing, I'm gonna tell you what. If you want to stereotype who gets the fucking pussy in the black community, I know we've been talking select, non-select, but I'm gonna break that shit down even further, right? I'm gonna break that shit down even further. Because within the select, non-select, you got two types. You got the dudes with the raw sex appeal, and then you got the dudes who are there just because they successful brothers, right? Because let's be real, how many brothers in the black community really making money? Let's just be real. And if they are, they usually like professionals and shit like that. And they got to be making, they ain't talking about like no 50,000 something. I mean like well over six figures, right? So that's one group. But then the other group are the jocks. And I'm serious, the jocks. Because if I want to think about something. A successful black man ain't necessarily respected. And people know that. People see that shit. In fact, some people might even hate on you. But the school jock is respected by everybody. A racist white will respect that dude who plays for his favorite college team or whatever. And I've known. I mean, you see it. Same dudes who wouldn't want you to move next door to them, they got all the respect in the world for a jock. Even the University of Alabama dominating, got all those black players. There was a time they didn't have any. And then when they were getting their ass kicked in a game, this is, I think, back in the 50s and stuff, the white fans would chant, "Get us one," which they meant a black man. That's the most universal. If you had the archetype, who getting the pussy? A jock is getting the pussy. And I don't say that lightly and stuff, because, you know, remember, I'm as much a researcher as anything. I don't always sound like it on this channel, but actually trained in research, right? And you start talking to like some of these dudes who are legitimately getting pussy, not dudes who say they get pussy. Like you actually see the women trying to holler at them. Every single time I ask a question, I say, "Where you play ball?" Like these dudes were like, if they weren't high school stars or something, they played maybe college ball or something, right? And you see how we treat our pro athletes. You see how we treat everybody treated. We deify them and stuff. So if anything, that's the stereotype, right? That's the stereotype. That's what y'all should be worrying about. Shit, that's some bum on the street. And the Pookie and Ray Rays who do get it, they probably like to star fullback or star play on the ball team. In fact, that's actually an issue with some colleges. They kind of keep under the rug. Some of these colleges know they get some bad characters as like players and shit, but you know, they just need them for 4 years or however long they're going to stay there, right? You know, but that's the stereotype. Like worried about Pookie and Ray Ray, whatever. And see, the thing about the jock is that goes across classes and whatnot. That goes across classes. Like sit down and think about which dude's actually getting the pussy. Think about it. Really getting it. Like, I don't care where you go. Like, if I go to any school and the team, especially if the team winning, I'm going to be like, yeah, he going to get his cut tonight. Because that's like the star. That's like the star in the black community. That's like pretty much the only respected black man in the community is somebody who's playing ball. But it's not even so much the status or something, but it's the body build. That's why I emphasize the body game. Shit. That's why some women go crazy over some bow-legged motherfuckers. Oh, for y'all ladies, I'm slightly bow-legged, right? But that's why they go crazy over them, because like a track coach said one time, he can go in any place and he can tell you where the sprinters are. Because the sprinters have a tendency, not always though, there's always exceptions, but a tendency to be bow-legged, right? Tendency to be bow-legged. So, I mean, shoot, even some of you see some of those bow-legged women, they athletic. When you see them. But, seriously, stop worrying about Pookie and Ray Ray. Y'all focusing too much on them, man. Y'all putting them on a pedestal and shit, man. And it's a scapegoat, man. First of all, worry about yourself, man. Like, somebody was on one of my comments and talking about Chad and Tyrone. You know how those incels do. They be like, Chad. Just say, fuck Chad and Tyrone. They getting theirs. Focus on your game. Shit. Focus on getting what you got. Don't worry about it. Stop dick watching that other motherfucker. Don't worry about it. Only time, and I said this, I don't know where I said this, because my shit's starting to blend together. Only time you worry about who somebody fucking and shit, or who throwing it at them, is if that woman is your woman. Otherwise, you just find your tribe, man. Stop worrying about that shit, man. Yeah, people going crazy and shit, but you can't control. Only thing you can control in your life is you. You know, I don't worry about it. I've never had jealous of another motherfucker. Even if they got with a woman I wanted to get with, I ain't there. I wish I was no, or get mad at him, or try to say what is it about him or whatever. I'll be like, all right, she didn't want me. Just do my thing. Seriously. Now I know this gonna fall. You know, some people gonna agree with me, and some people I'm gonna see 55 more videos on Pookie and Ray Ray. That shit going, because it's one, they easy target. Because for the time being, enough Pookie and Ray Ray types haven't struck back. Now that's gonna be interesting. Some of them start like clapping back. But y'all need to leave them alone, man. Stop worrying about them, man. Focus on your own shit, man. You should be stacking your paper, working on your purpose, doing whatever, right? Doing what the fuck ever. Put some real talk on that shit, man. But anyway, right? What I got on time here? Because, you know, I always got to... Oh, okay, I gave y'all too much time. I try to keep this shit around 10 minutes and shit, man. I don't like going too long. But, yeah, man, stop worrying about that shit, man. Stop worrying about that shit, man. Y'all tripping over that shit. It's like, whatever. I'll tell you what. And look, for the reasons I outlined, because I played ball, and, you know, I ain't worried about a Pookie and Ray Ray. They should be more concerned if I walk in the room. You know? And really, they don't really give a... You know what, though, was funny? Because I've known some Pookie and Ray Rays and shit. They really don't give a fuck about your ass. They really don't. They don't sit around saying, oh, these educated motherfuckers. Only time they might is if they in response, reacting to some shit. Oh, no, it's too rough looking. Yeah, that's the only time. They don't really give a fuck, man. Y'all need to stop giving a fuck, man. Y'all supposed to be some educated motherfuckers. Go stack that paper, do some shit. Right? Do some shit. Anyway, man. That's all I got for today, man. I'm gonna go in here. I forgot what the fuck I'm going in here for. I'm getting something, right? And then go home, do some work. Then I'm gonna eat some of those leftover chicken wings and potato salad. Oh yeah, some rolls too. And some cake. Yeah, somebody gonna be hitting me up with a text. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all. Peace and blessings.